So the other night I was playing around on Canva and I was trying to make a spring 10 by 10. Now overall my goal was to, first of all, use pieces that I wouldn't typically pair together or I wouldn't typically think go together. And I also wanted to use the 10 by 10 to do a little bit of trial and error. I've been thinking about adding in a sporty, playful sneaker, something like this. And I thought the 10 by 10 might be a good place to pair that sneaker with a bunch of different outfits in my closet. Overall, I don't typically pair sporty sneakers with anything other than my workout wear. So I knew I needed to think on it a little bit and do a little bit of testing before I just went out and bought that sneaker. So here's what I came up with so far. I had 8 outfit combinations that I felt pretty good about. And then I also had 4 kind of more mysterious question marks. There were just certain factors at play, whether it was the silhouettes of the 2 pieces in combination or something about the combo overall with the shoes that I was just less than certain about. You see these types of flat lays and outfit combinations all over the internet, and if you're like me, you probably find them pretty inspiring. Honestly, I had a lot of fun making this 10 by 10, but as much as you can like the flat lay of an outfit or a set of outfits, you still might be left wondering, what would this outfit look like on me? What would actually feel like to wear this? And I found myself wondering the same thing after I made my spring 10 by 10. And that's where this video comes in. Today I'm going to be trying on all of the outfits that I created in this spring 10 by 10, even the ones that I feel hesitant about. Like I mentioned, I don't have the specific sneakers that I used in the 10 by 10, but I have a couple sneaker options in my closet that I'm going to grab that will take the place for the time being and hopefully give me a sense as to whether or not I would like to wear sporty shoes with casual clothing. Here are the pieces we're working with today. A purple kind of eggplanty pointel tee, a cream cotton tank that has a delicate floral pattern on it. We've got a striped V-neck sweater vest. For bottoms, we've got a pair of light wash jean shorts. These ones are cutoffs, and then a pair of wide leg light green pants. Plaid maxi dress with tie straps. This is a favorite summer piece for me. And lastly, for clothing items, a pair of cream overalls. For shoes, we have a pair of suede tan sandals and a pair of bright green ballerina flats. And then in place of the aforementioned playful sneaker, I have my exercise shoes and a pair of white classic Vans. I'm not sure which of these is going to work better, though I do think that the exercise shoe is more likely to give me the feeling of what it might be like to have that other type of sneaker. We'll just have to see how it goes. I also went ahead and grabbed this olive green cotton jacket. Technically, this takes this out of the 10 by 10 range. This makes me have 11 pieces, not 10, but I thought it might be helpful to have a layering piece, so I'm including it. Okay, firstly, we have this pairing of the purple t-shirt and the cream overalls. I already knew that I was gonna like this because I wore this just a couple weeks ago, though I did not pair it with what I call my exercise sneakers. The only time I wear these sneakers is with workout clothes when I'm exercising. So I did wonder whether or not I was gonna like this pairing. And as you can see by some of my facial expressions, I was feeling hesitant about it, feeling uncertain with the way that it was looking. I didn't have anything except for the tiny little screen on my phone to show me what it looked like. I probably should have brought down a mirror so I could get a better sense. But looking at the video now, I actually don't mind the way that it looks. I would probably prefer if there was a little bit more interest to the shoe. But as to the silhouette, I like it. I like the way that it pairs with the overalls, and I think that it's something that I would wear. So that makes me feel positive about the potential of adding in the more playful sporty sneaker. As you can see, I swapped over to the Birkenstocks, which are also included in the 10 by 10. This is an outfit that I would wear and that I actually have worn. So I know I feel really comfortable and good in it. Next up, I'm pairing the purple t-shirt with my striped vest and the light wash denim short. The light wash denim short that I have is slightly different than the one that I used in the spring 10 by 10. It is just a little bit shorter, but I think it gives the same feeling overall. In the 10 by 10, I had it paired with the sneaker as well, and I might feel even more hesitant about this combination than I did about pairing the sneaker with the overalls. I think that there's something about wearing a jean short and a sneaker that just kind of makes me feel like a dad, and not in a good way, because sometimes I really love feeling like a dad. Like vacation dad mode, that's a vibe that I can get on board with. But I just don't know if I'm that crazy about this combination. I like the pairing of the t-shirt with the vest over top and the short, maybe with a different shoe, but I'm just not sure about it with the sneaker. I do like the silhouette of the sneaker more than I was expecting, but I don't know, it just looks to me like I'm wearing a workout shoe with my normal outfit, and that's not what I'm going for. I tried it on with the green ballerina flats as well. I'm also not crazy about this combination. I think it's just all too slim through the leg and to the foot. I think that the silhouette of the sporty shoe was a lot better than the silhouette of the ballerina flat, even though the ballerina flat does give that little bit of playfulness and pop of color, which I would prefer. So if I could just combine them together, which is why I'm interested in that sporty sneaker in the first place, it's because it's got that little bit of animal print and the pop of green in the back, and it gives something a little different than just a plain workout sneaker. But I just want to be sure that it's going to work with the stuff that I would actually wear. I went ahead and swapped over to my Vans, and this is probably the best combination of the bunch, but I'm still not crazy about it overall. I think it just works fine. Now to a more simple combination, and this was actually one of the outfits that was in the I'm concerned section of the 10 by 10. I think I just felt like it would probably end up being too simple, and looking at it, that's still kind of how I feel about it. It's not a bad outfit necessarily, it's just okay. I'm not sure that I would go out of my way to reach for it. The pieces do go together, which is important in a 10 by 10, but overall not necessarily a home run. It works, but I didn't hit the ball out of the park. And other baseball analogies like that. Sports ball, as I like to call it. Very into sports ball. Now we've got the combo of the dainty floral, what would you call this? A tank top, a blouse, a sleeveless top? It's all those things. It's got this little dainty floral pattern and this nice keyhole at the front where you can tie it. And I really, really like the shape. I like the high-low hem because generally I like a more cropped silhouette, but this still gives a little bit of length in the back. I like the way it looks with the shorts, and I think it would go with any of my light wash denim. Light wash is my favorite of the washes. I just enjoy it and I think it suits me the best. I definitely think that this shirt would pair with any of those. But in terms of the 10 by 10, I love this outfit. It's simple and a bit summery. And it's so funny that I use the word simple as a reason why I didn't like one of the previous outfits. But I think what I meant about simple in a negative connotation is maybe plain. I thought that the other outfit was too plain, but this outfit, even though it is also simple, it's not necessarily plain. It has those little areas of interest that just give it enough, you know? They just give it enough. I really like the combination. I also loved adding this jacket over top. I was curious if adding a jacket into the 10 by 10 would help to transform some of the outfits and just provide more variety overall. And I really, really like the way that it paired with this outfit in particular. I think it makes it even more appropriate for spring, where the weather can be so much cooler in the morning than the afternoon. So you could start with the jacket on and then take it off whenever you need to, whenever things start getting a little, you know, this is my fan. Love this combination. I will definitely be wearing this again. Okay, now we've come to another kind of uncertain pairing. This is one of the ones that fell in the question mark section of the 10 by 10 because I really wasn't sure how this floral top would look layered on top of the plaid dress. I didn't know if the silhouettes were gonna work out, if it would just be too much fabric overall. But once I eventually managed to get it on, I kind of liked the way that the two paired together. This was really unexpected. I liked that it was kind of airy piece on top of airy piece. They're both a very similar fabric and structure, and they almost just look like they go together. I thought that adding in the ballerina flat, it didn't do much to help the combination, but it also didn't do much to hurt it. It went fine with the other two pieces. But really where I saw the change in my feeling of the outfit overall was when I added the jacket on top. I really liked this whole thing, the way the whole thing was working together. The jacket and the shoe and the top layered on top of the dress. It's just not something that I would typically put together. And I think that that was why I was so surprised by how much I liked it. It was an exceedingly comfortable outfit, which there are times that you really, really need that. And I felt like I was just kind of shrouded, you know, while also looking just a little bit cute. It was a great combination. I'm really glad that I discovered this one. This one worked out well. Next, we've got the purple tee and the green crop pant. This is probably one of the more wild combos and also in the outfits of concern. I think my main reason for being concerned is that these pants are just a little bit tight in the waist and through that upper part of my hip and belly. And I didn't necessarily think that they would pair well with a shirt that I was going to be tucking in, even just a slight front tuck. I mean, I don't think that it looks horrible, but I really like these pants and they're actually much more comfortable than they appear to be, but I'm not loving the way that they look on me. I guess I'm just feeling like they look like they don't fit me, even though they're not uncomfortable to wear, I guess because of the amount of elastic that's in them. I think that the way that they're stretching over my belly just makes them look ill-fitting, which I'm not crazy about. So I probably wouldn't pair them with a t-shirt like this because I think it just draws attention to that pulling of the fabric. I would be much more likely to pair them with something that is slightly more oversized on top. Now we've got the floral top tucked into the cream overalls. This proved to be slightly more difficult than I was expecting just because of the silhouette of the top, but we eventually made it work. You can actually hardly see the top from the front view. You can only kind of see it when I turn to the side, but I still think it's nice with the overalls. I think that this ended up being one of my favorite outfits that I tried on, and that is because, let's say it all together, the jacket. I added the jacket over this one because I felt like it was looking very cream, very beige, which is nice, but I just wanted to play with a little bit of layering and I added the jacket and I loved it. I love oversized things. I love comfortable but cute things. And this was just checking all the boxes for me. As you can see, I'm dancing a bit. That's the sign. That's when you know that an outfit is a good one. When you start feeling a little silly, feeling a little playful, for me, that's a great sign. I love this outfit. We'll definitely repeat it. And now I know, add this jacket to every single outfit that you put on and you're bound to feel at least 50% better about the outfit underneath. Hard facts. Okay, moving on to the combination of the purple tee with this plaid maxi dress. I love this maxi dress so much. It's a go-to for me every single summer and spring and fall. It pretty much works in every season except for like the dead of winter. I love this really billowy shape because it just always works with my body. It's very forgiving and lovely to wear in the heat of summer because you definitely don't want anything touching your body. At least I know I don't. I like the way that it pairs with this t-shirt. I've never done this combination before in my closet. It's simple, but it changes up the maxi dress just that little bit. And if maybe I'm not feeling like showing my décolletage or my shoulders or my arms for some reason, it's nice to have pieces that I could layer under this dress so I can still wear the dress, you know? That's important. Okay, now the maxi dress with the purple tee and the sporty sneakers. I think that this one is a no for me. This one, it's a solid no. Well, I could get behind the sporty silhouette with the overalls. I'm about midway on pairing them with the shorts. It's a very vehement feeling that I have of no, not for me, when I paired them with this maxi. It's a no. But this is why we do these things. It's science, right? We're doing this for the science. Moving on to the next pairing, the striped vest with the green crop pant. I'm liking this combination a little bit more than the crop pant with the purple tee. I think because the vest kind of sits off the body just that little bit, but still I am running into those feelings about the way that the fabric on the pants is pulling. It's such a shame because they're not uncomfortable to wear. I'm gonna have to think about that one. When I was taking those videos, I did feel a little bit bloated, so it's possible I wouldn't feel this way every single time I put on the pants. Only time will tell. In general, I like this pairing, and I think that the striped vest and the ballerina flat speak to each other nicely, and they make all of it make more sense than the purple shirt and the green ballerina flat. This is all just personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now it's the combination of the maxi dress and the striped vest. I've paired this one in this way before. No, that's not true. I paired it with Vans in the past. But this type of suede sandal and Vans, it's like they're my go-to in the warmer months. So it's not surprising to me that I love this combination. Now I'm pairing the floral top with the green crop pants. I think across the board, this was my favorite way of using the green pants. It felt like the billowiness of the top just created a nice silhouette with the pant. And then once again, this jacket. I felt like this jacket took how I felt about that outfit from like a 6.5, 7, all the way up to 9, 10 territory. I really, really liked the addition of the jacket. I think it helped to mask some of the things that I am not loving about the pants currently, the way that the fabric pulls. So that's probably the main reason for the change. But yes, this definitely felt like a me combination and one that I will be sure to repeat. And now the last uncertain question mark outfit of the bunch. We've got the striped vest underneath the cream overalls. And this was another one that kind of proved true. The reason that it fell in the question mark, I'm uncertain about this section of the 10 by 10, is because I was wondering if the vest would be too bulky to sit underneath the cream overalls, at least in a nice way. And that kind of proved to be true. After a little bit of finagling, I was able to get them to sit in a nice way. Overall, the fit wasn't great. It wasn't necessarily the same as having a really chunky sweater under the overalls. There's room in there, there's room to spare, but it wasn't an easy fit. And I didn't feel like the vest got to be utilized to its best. Is that a sentence? I didn't really feel like this outfit utilized the vest the best that it could be utilized. It was just a bit bulky. I did a little bit of playing around with the shoes, but I think I liked it a lot more with the sneaker. Between the two pairings, I would go with the sneaker. So those are all of the outfits in the 10 by 10. I feel like I found a few combinations that I'm really excited about, and I also collected some good data about the sneakers. As you can see, over the course of me trying on the outfits, I stopped reaching for the sporty sneakers, which I think is a pretty good sign that they might be a hard sell for me in the day-to-day. But after looking at this footage, I wish that I had put them on more with more of the combinations of things, because I like the way that they looked, especially with the overalls. And I'm imagining if they had a little bit of more funk and play, that maybe they would be an easier reach. But at the end of the day, data is data. I do think I need to collect more of it. I'm definitely not ready to pull the trigger and say, yes, I'm getting these shoes, but I'm also not ready to close the door entirely. I think I'm still interested by the idea of a chunkier silhouette. That's all we got. That's all we got. My legs. I always choose to sit cross-legged, and then 45 minutes later, like, do I even have legs anymore? My kneecaps. I feel nothing. You can't tell, but I feel nothing. What are legs? What are kneecaps? Oh boy. There are so many good things about being in your mid-30s. Fear not. But sitting in unusual pretzel positions for a long time and having no repercussions, it's not one of them.